Hello guys, I'm Shtuki, and in this video it's absolutely documentary film from the zonal practice of the Faculty of Soil Science of Moscow State University. You will see a lot of interesting shots and I will comment them, and you also will see Nick, who will dig a soil cross-section and get the soil samples in this video. Now I'll tell you everything in detail. But now you see a real soil scientist student who breaks into the soil thickness to find out what kind of soil is there. And the first research point here, it's in Tula-Zasiki region. And this is Nick. You might have seen him many times on this channel. And by the way, it was him who collected soil monoliths from this practice for the World Soil Museum in the Netherlands. This soil was chernozem with amazing black mole root in the deeper layer. Students from Moscow State University travel through different soil zones of Russia annually. That's why it's called zonal practice. Everything starts with a zone of grey forest soils. This is the first stop. Then we move further and further south. We arrive to a very interesting museum. We visit Yasnaya Polyana and so on. We go to chernozem regions and then visit many other points with interzonal soils. Then we research brown soils over the dry steppe, and we also visit Volgograd. Sometimes this practice reaches even the sea, so it depends on resources. The point is that students come to completely different environmental zones and study directly how the soil looks like in different climatic and soil zones. There are different vegetation, everything is so different, so scientists live here in tents, dig soil cross-sections. You look, you study, you provide research and take soil samples. Our camping looks like a real tent city, like this. And this is documentary footage, so everything looks like it was in real time. We didn't film this footage for YouTube, by the way, it was just for fun. So nobody poses for the camera and you can see real people walking around. If you've been in field practice, you probably know that the most fun time, of course, is the evening bonfires, when you can relax and sing songs together. People are tired after research field day. Open some kind of pack of stuffed stew. If you are lucky, you might have a pack of condensed milk with white bread. Play guitar and soil practice turn into songs around the fire and all sorts of funny communication, conversation, and etc. So, in general, practice consists of several elements. First, it is soil science, where you study the soil. Well, just like that, students literally come and start digging soil, create steps into which go inside the soil cross-section. And researchers could go down and discover the soil wall that lightens by the sun. You can better see highlighted soil horizons, and you can see what is happening in this soil. But the most interesting thing is that in order to study this soil naturally, you first need to dig it out, touch it with hands, and find the answer to your scientific hypothesis. And by the way, it's a good idea if you want to lose some weight and get in a good athletic shape. I strongly advise you to become a soil scientist then. They're usually very strong, and they're digging soil cross-sections like this, and it's a cool way of such fitness. Then you leveling up your intellectual skills as well. While you study the soil, look at nature. Compare what you saw in textbooks with what you see in real life, and you gain experience. Then evening comes again, and we gather together around the fire and sing happy songs. By the way, Nick teaches people how to play the guitar on our music YouTube channel Zonalka. Because he is the main singer of all these field practices, he sings loud, scaring away the neighboring squirrels. And by the way, it is very important to return all soil from soil cross-section back to the motherland after research. So we put it back into a cart. You can't just leave it outside and leave holes in the middle of a field or in a forest. Otherwise, you never know if someone falls in there, and it's not good at all for the environment. And also you need to put each horizon back in proper order, layer by layer. It's not a trivial task as may seem at first sight. You have both physical activity and a serious mental upgrade. Because when a soil scientist studies the soil, he doesn't just try to see what he sees before in his eyes. He also tries to cover everything around, such as relief and plants. And yes, you also have to put an SPF cream to your body to stay healthy and of course looks nice while digging all this nature. Now we move from one point to another by bus. And in each location we study everything that happens around in nature. What kind of vegetation we see, which soil type we can find. Then we drive further. It's a long trip. And in the middle of nowhere, you still get a break. It's time to eat. And now you see how students' things are being unloaded. This is a food. These are tents and this is a field kitchen. And now the most pleasant event in life will take place. It's dinner time. We can have either stationary food or field lunch. And you see an example of lunch in between two stations. At first we need to take everything out. There are containers with names and food. And usually we have the team which provides hot food for everyone using the field kitchen. Students have a rest and wait for an amazing dishes. You take your plate and cup and go to the line. And by the way, it's a good idea to take your own steel plate so it will not break during the expedition. I should say that such dinner times are very important for everybody, as you get very tired in the open air. Of course, you have a tent, but you're just sleeping there. And the rest of the time you walk over the hills and through the forest. And the most interesting thing that soil scientists study soil in any weather conditions. Even if suddenly a real hurricane comes, you will still sit in a soil cross-section. Do you think I'm joking? And when thunderstorm starts, the wind can blow everything away. But as we say, nature doesn't have bad weather. And soil scientist also doesn't have bad weather. So you dug a soil cross-section and you need to take a soil monolith out. To take it out, you have to put soil into large pallet box and fix soil inside. I won't reveal all the tricks of soil monoliths in this video. So, subscribe to our channel and you will get more secrets of soil scientists. And now we arrived to the last stop in the dry steppe in the zone of brown soils. Everything looks so wonderful here, but there is a big difficulty in such an open steppe. It is very windy, and if suddenly even a slight thunderstorm starts here, or something like that, it will blow away your tent very easily. So in such places it is better to strengthen the tents very well and of course brew an amazing Russian samovar with delicious cherry pies. And this is our tent for lectures and studies, a place where training sessions take place. The names of the soil are discussed by the different classifications and of course much more. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel to see more interesting videos about soil science.